Welcome to my interview with Allison Olson, who is a very, very dear friend of mine. And she's going to be teaching a class at the Wild Women Symposium in the spring of 2015, May 29th through 31st. Hi, Allison. How are you?
Oh, hi, Suzanne. So good to talk to you.
Always good to talk to you. So tell us about your work, because you do a lot of things. You do a lot of personal coaching and you do a lot of different things. You've got a new book coming out. There's a whole bunch of pieces that you're putting together right now. So let all the ladies out there that want to come to the symposium get to know you a little better.
Okay, thank you. Well, it started about 18 years ago, and it's kind of a blessing now, but back then I had a really bad attitude, and who would have known it would lead me here, right? But through that, I've been through different religions and spirituality groups, yoga, just like really seeking for that happiness and that love. And, I think all people are doing that. And so it's led me, to follow and learn from successful people that are, billionaires, millionaires, and I've been able to learn successful principles from that. Through it all, I've learned this secret about love. And so a couple of years ago, I thought I need to start a business so that I can get my message out to people. That, most people want to change the world for the positive, and I'm like, okay, good. We're going to use love and do it. So that's kind of a little bit about me and where I'm coming from.
So now you have a personal coaching business too, and so you assist people in opening up to their own secret power of love, correct?
Yes, thank you. So I do a lot of life coaching, and I help people, successful people that have these goals, and they're just like so close to their goal, but there's just like limiting beliefs, or there's the negative emotions that are stuck, and they can't seem to get their goal. And so I just help them. I use Dr. Bradley Nilsson's modality of helping them release these negative, emotional, trapped things in their body, and then all of a sudden, wham, they can make their goals, and then they're off to the next thing. So it's really, really satisfying to see people like excited about their life and realizing, wow, it's just changing a little bit of my feelings and a little bit of my decisions, and you get a different result. So it's really empowering.
I agree. I mean, it's amazing how much our thoughts create our reality. And I mean, we hear that phrase a lot. But when you actually are at a point in your evolution where you keep bumping up against a certain set of problems that chronically, consistently tend to show up, you have to start looking at your thoughts. And you have to start looking at your perceptions and how your perceptions are coloring the reality and learning how to unwind those. I mean, I always say we're blind to our own issue. It's always hardest for us to see our own pattern. Like probably everyone in our family sees our pattern, but it's hard for us to see our own pattern. And this is one of the values of having life coaches and people that can be that reflection to say, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Notice that thought. Like, stop yourself, notice that thought. Okay, now we're going to put in a different thought. We're going to put in a different belief, a different perspective. And it's incredible how when you do that, the resistance that starts to show up inside. I mean, I'm always amazed by that in myself. I mean, like, my joke with myself is I can be like the most stuck person in any situation because I learned something about myself because one of my teachers told me this years ago. He said, the most powerful person can use all of their power to stay stuck. And it was that crazy thing like, oh my God, I'm doing that. I'm like using my own energy to block myself. And so your work in the secret power of love is really about unblocking those places with love, which is really important because I think in some of the old modalities, I'm from the old S days and, the old, kind of confrontive workshop patterns, you can confront people, but now there's a whole trend towards this very loving, kind, gentle-spirited way of moving. And so I think this is also why you wrote your book, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because when we do have these stuck things, and I get coached by my friends that are life coaches as well, we all help each other. They can see things that I can't, but you can't just get rid of something. You need to replace it with something. And when you replace it with love and an empowering emotion or an empowering belief, you're going to get a different result. So yes, this is why I've been working on my book for the last couple of years. And I'm so happy to say that I'm on the final stages of it, get it out there so that people can hear this message about love. I think love has been really misunderstood in that, we look at love as just as a relationship, and that is an expression of love. I mean, just your friendship, Suzanne, I just feel warm, I feel happy, I always enjoy talking to you. That is an expression of love. But there's a whole other part of love that actually, once we take responsibility for it, we can change our life, which eventually changes the world for the positive,
Exactly. So now the title of your book is The Secret Power of Love, or does it have a different title?
I'm still working on the title, and honestly, I kind of want it to be a surprise. That's going to be one of the last things I really put on there. I'm kind of playing around with a couple of things, but it really is going to talk about a new way of looking at love. Because, I was talking to a gentleman, and he, I says, oh, I'm working on love, and he goes, oh, don't talk to me about love and all that mushy stuff. I don't want to talk about that, And I just kind of laughed to myself. He's a grumpy old man, right? And that's okay. It's all good. And I just thought, but, that's where love has been misunderstood. Because love, the expression can be love of light, of things that make you feel good and positive, and that's an expression of love. And you can also have this love that's like on the grumbly part that doesn't make you feel so good. So love has a light and a dark to it. And I know this is kind of a whole different way of looking at love, but when you take the whole aspect of what love is, then you empower your life. You can change your life. Because if, for example, if you love to shop, and you shop and shop and shop, and then you overspend, well, your love for shopping is okay, right? But the end results might be a negative prospect, and so you have to change that. And once you take full responsibility for that, then you can still love shopping, but change the outcome,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's so important for people to understand that is that dance that, people want to take things to extremes, and we think, well, but I love this person, and you can get obsessed about another person, and then you actually become a stalker, which is really a dysfunctional form of love, and yet you have to take responsibility and say, okay, whoa, wait a second, I need to take this energy that is love inside of me, and I need to figure out how to express that in the most functional way that serves my highest good, because energy is just energy, and we're all playing with that dance of the energy. So tell us about this class that you're going to be teaching at the Wild Women Symposium.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun because we're going to explore this whole thing of love, the positive, the negative of love. We're going to have discussion about love, and people there are going to get exercises that they can take home into their life so that every single day they can be really aware of the things that they love. And it's not just about, oh, I love my spouse or I love my children, but no, it's like, oh, I love my work. Now, what is the end result? I love smoking. What is the end result? I love overeating. What is the end result? And all these little things, by being aware of what love is, will change our perspective of love. And so that is the hope, is to change the world for the positive by changing ourselves first, by taking responsibility for it. So in the class, we're going to learn about this, and we're going to talk about this, and they're actually going to have exercises that they can take and always use for themselves so that they can be their own leader of their love.
Sounds like a wonderful class. I'm excited. I mean, this Wild Women Symposium is just amazing. I mean, we've got these incredible teachers that are all coming together, and I love how this theme is about community, and the theme is also definitely about love and all the different expressions of love. It's funny how each symposium has its own flavor or movement, and what we've been trying to do in the Wild Women Symposium is to kind of stay ahead of the wave, so to speak, to feel that trend of the energy coming. And, you taught at our last symposium, and of course we loved having you there, and that's why we ask you back. But I've also challenged all the different facilitators to kind of keep growing on their own journey and their own path, and you've definitely been one of those people that leans into your edge. And so ladies that want to come to the symposium, I mean, kind of recognize that the women that we are bringing to this event, they have walked their walk, and they talk the talk, and they know what they're doing because they have been living it. with all the bumps and the bruises and the hardship and the difficulty and the risks and the joy and the pleasure and the fun. And so what we're trying to give at the Wild Women Symposium is an experience. And it's a full body experience of all the different ways of expressing your divine feminine. So once again, Allison, I'm so happy that you're going to be with us again. And is there anything else you'd like to say in closing?
Well, I'm just really excited about this. I'm excited to teach women that they can love themselves 100% and have complete permission to do that. So I'm really excited, and I think you have done a wonderful job of just gathering us women together and just making this safe place that we can express ourselves. So thank you, Suzanne. I'm excited about it.
Thank you so much, and I will be seeing you soon at the Wild Women Symposium.
Sounds great.
Bye.
Bye-bye.